A homeless man who moved to Central Florida in 2016 has spent more time behind bars than he has on the streets. He has been arrested 8 times since last April, charged with trespassing. These are just some of his various mug shots. He spent last night in jail before settling his case and walking out this morning. All new at 5, Janine Reyes is live at the jail tonight. And Janine, he left just before noontime today.
And already, Greg, this very most recent charge is settled, but it does seem he's more comfortable here behind bars than out of it. He's spent 412 days here in the Orange County Jail since April of last year, and at least twice now he's walked out these doors only to return the very next day. Mugshots for Curtis Tyrone Young are not hard to come by. His time in the Orange County Jail started in April 2016 when he was trespassed from the public library, and he returned anyway. He spent 15 days behind bars before his release. 2 days later, police arrested him at this 7-Eleven after he chose to ignore a trespass warning. Officers who arrested him that day detail an intoxicated and homeless Curtis Young. He spent 7 days in jail, then 4 days after his release, he came back to the 7-Eleven trying to purchase beer, and officers arrested him again. The cycle landed him back behind bars for 3 days. Then after just 3 days on the street, firefighters responding to a man down call here along Church Street encountered Young, who shouted expletives at them and refused to leave. This arrest cost him 23 days behind bars. The same day of his release, clerks at the racetrack across the street from the jail trespassed him. He returned the next morning intoxicated and went right back to jail, staying 51 days. 5 days after that release, police caught him violating a trespass warning at the Link Central station, so he spent 26 days in custody. After his September 2nd release, he spent his longest stretch out of jail, 8 weeks. But on October 28th, he went to this Greyhound bus station and shoved a security officer, landing him behind bars on felony charges and costing him 286 days in custody. He was released Thursday and arrested the very same day, this time for trespassing at the public library. It does cost about $13.92 per day to house an inmate here. That's just for their cost of living, things like toiletries and food. It does not include staffing costs. So you and I as taxpayers have contributed about $6,000 since last year for Young's living expenses here at the jail.
Janine, all of us want to be compassionate towards individuals like this. Are there any programs available to help keep those chronically homeless off the streets and out of jail?
And Greg, that's the very reason behind the Housing First initiative that the city and even Florida Hospital are funding. We did reach out to Impact Homelessness today to ask them if Young is on their list of one of those chronically homeless people that do need to be involved in this Housing First model. We've not heard back from them, but of course we'll share with you when we do.